Righty then. Welcome to Trading with Meatball, guys. And we are looking at the Tesla and the 1 minute chart. And you can learn how to trade stocks and you can day trade. I just saw another video from the most famous person, I guess, on the internet telling you that you can't do this. He's selling you something, guys. It's called the takeaway. I was a professional salesman. I was a stockbroker 25 years ago. I was a car salesman, a realtor. I sold houses. I sold timeshare. That's the best salesman on earth, timeshare salesman. Everybody he meets says, I ain't buying nothing, and you only got 30 minutes. It's called the takeaway. It's a professional sales technique. He's telling you you can't day trade, so you'll sign up for his course. You're being sold, guys. And there was a crypto scammer that he interviewed, and I won't say his name or the crypto scammer, but these are the most famous guys on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere. And their buddy is a crypto scammer that asks you for Bitcoin for his Ponzi scheme. So whenever you see these videos where the guy said he made $1 million today, or he's got the system, or send him an email for his secret system, they don't respond. But type it in the comments. Have you ever asked anyone for Bitcoin at 3 a.m.? If he mutes you or blocks you or doesn't respond, then that you probably got him. Let's check out how we actually day traded today and how we did it and why we did it. And this is a 1 minute chart. And I always tell people don't blow up your account at the open because the mental game is the hardest. And FOMO, the fear of missing out, is real. And we all fight it every day. And some people talk about it. A lot of people don't. They just show you rocket ship emojis, 400% gains, right? And so we bought the dip at the open on the Tesla. These are 1 minute candles, okay? And it opens up here, and I want it to take a dip. And this yellow line here is the 20-day moving average. And I know you can't see shit because there's a bunch of stuff on the screen. I'm going to clean it up for you in just a second. But when it comes down here and it catches a wick on this green candle and it starts going green, I'm almost in. I want to see another candle start to form. And this is a 1 minute candle, so you got to move quick. All right. And I have it circled because as soon as it went green there, I took it. Now, you want another candle to start forming, but I took it there. Why? Well, if you zoom out a little bit, this red line is part of a fib retracement that I drew the fib. And fibs are not hard. Okay, you can draw them, but it also touched almost touched my trend line, and I zoomed out so you could see it a little bit. But I drew that trend line, and that's what my channel's about. I want you to draw your own trend lines and your own zones so that you don't need me or you don't need anybody else in your head. Okay, and so let's go to the 15 minute and look at the fib, and we draw the fib from the last peak. Okay, and that was the last peak over here somewhere, like the 20th or something of December, okay? And then you draw it down to the bottom and it gives you these numbers, and you can Google that and watch videos on that. But that's where the fib came from. And when it hit this level right here, there's a line right there, okay? And so I know what it is, and I'm trading and I see it. I'm looking for signs, okay? Let's go back to the 1 minute. And you saw the zones I had drawn on there. Those are my zones. That arrow is a target entry point that we draw on 15-minute charts. We draw a target entry point 15-minute charts here. You do whatever you want, guys. You just steal my knowledge. I'm an old man that used to be a stockbroker, and you can do this. Don't listen to people that tell you that you can't. Okay, I use Ripster's clouds sometimes. Shout out to Ripster. But in this case, she comes down and she catches a wick, and it was right by that fib line. It's also at the top of my zone. I drew that zone. Okay. And we talk about how to draw zones on other videos, but there's a trend line, there's a zone, there's a fib line, and it stopped right close to all three of those and started forming a green candle. So I took it. Now, when you trade the open, you want to get in and get out. You don't hold for shit. Zero fucks are given. We sell it. If it goes up, it goes down, it doesn't matter. You're rolling dice in the alley behind a dumpster. So you roll the dice and then you run for the car. And so in this case, it went up and we got lucky, right? Well, we try to lessen the odds so we don't have to depend on luck by using things like reading candlesticks. We saw the wick, but it stopped right at the top of my zone. And this is 198.93, and she went up to 202 at the open and came down immediately on the. These are 1 minute candles now. It's moving fast, but it opens up 202, and 200 right here is a key psychological level. Okay, and so everybody saw it going up the last day or so or whatever, and it's been climbing. Tesla's going to 200. It's going to rebound, blah, blah, blah. So it's a key psych level. There's a lot of buyers looking to see it go over 200 and maybe go 205, 210, 220, right? And so it opens up, and we want to buy it on a dip. Okay, I don't want to chase it while it's running. And you can chase something while it's running, and I do that too. But I'll do a different video on that. I like it to go for 5 minutes. If it's a runner, if it's dumping like this, it's giving me exactly what I said it was going to do before the market opened, which was it's opening up over 200, and I'm hoping that it'll dip down to 200 or 199 or something, so I can get in the first few minutes. And she just handed it to us 3 minutes in, and it stops right at my zone and rejects, and it's right near the trend line. It was also near the fib line. I got the fib line, the zone, and the trend line that I drew. There's three signs for me right there, and so I took it. It was exactly what we wanted, 199. And so, boom, she goes, right? And there's a little gritting of the teeth here because for 2 minutes it chopped. But I got it at the bottom, man. So I'm good. And then it took off and I sold into that. And zero fucks were given. And it went higher after I sold it. That's fine. And then the plan was to wait and do it again, and we did. We did it later, but we did it like an hour later or something when it came above the trend line again. Okay, and if you've watched my other videos, I always say that I like to wait till 10:30 or 11. Well, here it is at 10:45, crossing the 20-day moving average, which is the yellow, but it's also going above my trend line. And somebody in our Discord, one of the guys took it down here on the dip, and kudos to you guys. And so the chlorine, we did the same thing on this. We tagged her at the open. So let's look at it. Okay, 1 minute chart. And the coin had earnings, and you can see how violent this volume is right here. And the volume was all red now. This is all you see at the open is this. This is what you see. You don't see anything but this at the open. That's your first candle right here. Okay, and it's red and there's a lot of volume. And I said, oh man, she's going to give it to us. And so we waited, and it stopped right at the bottom of this zone and started to form a green candle. And I said, that's it, get in. It stopped at my zone, and I drew that zone. And when it starts to form a green candle, I said, we got to do it. All right, so where's it going to go? How high is it going to go? Well, I thought it would go up 10 points after this dip, but I also have this zone that's drawn right here. Okay, and when it hit the top of the zone and stopped, and the next candle started forming, and I saw the first little glimpse of red, I was gone, and zero fucks were given. Okay. And the Tesla was 50%. This one was like a double or 85%. And you get in and you get out. You don't wait. I don't wait. I don't wait for shit. If a candle goes against me, I sell it and take the loss. Unless I've zoomed out and I have a reason to hold it, that's a different story. But generally speaking, I want to get in and I want to get out. Okay. I did a video last night. I showed you one that did not work, and get in and get out, guys. The fear of missing out, the FOMO, it's real. And so you have to trade quick, get in and take losses. If it doesn't go your way, get the hell off. But you don't want to buy something that expires today. Those are zero date to expirations, right? Zero DTEs, the options that expire today. They're very risky and you can lose all your money. And so I like to trade stuff that expires like next Friday. And so my number one pick right now is the AMAT, Applied Materials, or whatever you want to call it, right? And she's okay today. The market crashed today, but she didn't do that bad. Let's find. Oh, no, we don't want to fib. I don't want to fib, jerk. Okay, so you draw lines and zones and look at the volume. You can see the volume spikes on her down here at the bottom. Okay, and then she goes up. And we got a little flag going on in the 5 minute or whatever. Okay, so she backed off along with the rest of the market. And if you zoom out, you always get answers. So let's go to a daily. And she's about as high as she's been in a long time, man. So it's kind of hard to draw zones on something that has, a new high. So what do you do? Well, you look at the psychological levels, 200, 205, 210, like that. You can do this, guys. Don't listen to people that tell you that you can't do this, okay? And I like this AMAT, but you buy the calls for Friday, and they're pretty cheap, but don't load up on the zero date to expiration spies. You trade them if you want to. I do, but, go light, okay? And God bless you guys. Have a good weekend.